Woot, the morning after. What a night, what a night. My kids, the baby sleep, but you guys know I have to do that raw, the morning after video. Two things real quick. Trick or treat, Knocks in the box, I'm taking them trick or treat today, so I'm looking forward to that. And just an update on ShowBizz the kid, my son, for running that 99-yard touchdown. It was actually 102 yards in the playoffs yesterday. It's the longest run in his high school history. We just found that out. So, I mean, I'm just on cloud nine. But let's talk. Last night, the fights. We got to talk about Lomachenko versus Jermaine Ortiz. And congratulations to Jake Paul for beating Anderson the Spider Silva. We'll talk about that too. But let's talk about this. First, I want to say this. You guys can miss me with all of the excuses. All right, with Lomachenko having a difficult fight last night. He should have had a difficult fight last night. I want to give a shout out to Bob Arum. For the matchmaking. Bob Arum, I told you guys, and I made a short and everything about this. This is how fights should be made. When you have a young, talented fighter coming up for a promotion company or anything, for a network, going up against an experienced, talent, all-time fighter like Lomachenko, it does great things for both. It does. Lomachenko trying to prepare for a Devin the Dream Haney fight. You got somebody like Jermaine Ortiz there who got a lot of hand speed, size, and stuff like that. You face him up against him, win, lose, or draw. And see if he really deserves that fight with Devin the Dream Haney, undisputed lightweight champion. And then you have Jermaine Ortiz. He put out a good showing of himself. He's somebody people going to look forward to. So you're building a name. So you're doing two at one. Perfect matchmaking from Bob Arum. Let me tell you why you guys can miss me with the excuses, though. I see there's a lot of people talking about Lomachenko, ring rust and stuff like that. No. Not at all. Let me get my black, 2 sugars. Kill. I don't subscribe to the whole ring rust thing. Maybe a little bit, but not enough for me to say that's what I saw last night. Also, Lomachenko starting late. Nah, he started early. I thought that was a ghost behind me, right? He started early. He started right on time. He started early. He started round 1. It's just that Jermaine Ortiz, physically, let me tell you what it is. Let me break down what it is. Lomachenko, his ceiling is 135. He's not a natural 135 fantastic fighter. He should be 135, though. He should be. But he's not a natural fantastic 135 pounder. Those are his limits. He looks vulnerable at 135. Okay? Just like Floyd Mayweather looked at 154. Floyd Mayweather, all-time great fighter. But there's a certain limit when but the difference is Floyd Mayweather never weighed in at 154 on the scale. So that's a bit different. Because Lomachenko, he's weighing in at 135. So that lets you know how this stuff, fantastic things Floyd Mayweather was actually doing. Okay, but at 154, that's where he looked vulnerable against Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya. He just looks vulnerable at 154 every single time, all right? That's Lomachenko. At 135, when he's facing somebody who is bigger, younger, and not only can match his speed, but maybe slightly faster, with some pop, those physical advantages at 135, Lomachenko struggles. Linares let you know. That was the first one to let you know. Linares is a very skilled fighter, but very talented. Big kid, fast hands, strong fighter. Those physical advantages gave Lomachenko trouble. Teofimo Lopez, okay? And then you see, there was a minute when Luke Campbell was making him struggle. When you were a big guy, and then you see Jermaine Ortiz. Listen, it was his size, speed, youth combination. Lomachenko showed his greatness by edging out a victory against a guy who he struggles. He struggles at 135 anyway, but a guy who possesses all those physical advantages, all right? I'm going to say this too. I didn't see the 11th and 12th round live. Okay, I had to call the Jake Paul Silva fight, but I rewatched it. I think Loma won. If you think Ortiz won, though, I hear you. I do. I do. If you think Ortiz won one of those rounds between 10, 11, and 12, and you gave him the fight, I have no problem with that. I don't. That fight was that close. Still, to me, because Ortiz won a lot of rounds early. I think there was a swing round or something in the early rounds. If you gave it to Lomachenko, I get you. I do think Lomachenko he squeaked out a victory. 7-5. He squeaked out a victory that fight. Let's talk about the future, okay? Devin Haney should win. Even Jorge Linares said after fighting Haney and Lomachenko, he has Haney. He was talking about his footwork, his distancing, his smarts, but then you have the youth, the size. When you looked at Devin the Dream Haney step into that damn ring last night, you were like, that kid's 154. Like that kid, Devin Haney, I give him a slight victory. And if he beats Lomachenko, that's great. Here's the funny thing. If Lomachenko beats him, bro, because you would know that Lomachenko once again overcame all of these physical advantages. I'm going to say this too. I was proven last night when Devin the Dream Haney showed up to the fight and stepped in the ring. It was proven to me last night, at least to me, that Devin the Dream Haney is the best undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. Yeah, that's right. I want to wake my kids up. That's right. I'm not saying that he has the best resume out of all the undisputed champions. He doesn't have the best resume out of all the champions. I'm talking about the 4-belt era, undisputed, how that fighter became champion and what they did as Terrence Crawford became undisputed. Not the road to undisputed. I'm talking about as the undisputed champion. Terrence Crawford became undisputed, and he dropped all the belts and moved up. Canelo Alvarez became undisputed, moved up, fought Bivol, lost, came back down, fought a natural 160-pound Triple G who was 41 years old. Okay? As undisputed, Jermaine Taylor became undisputed by beating B-Hop, but then dropped the IBF title for that rematch. So they're not even defending being undisputed. Devin the Dream Haney went over to Australia, became undisputed in the 4-belt era, then defended it by leaving his country again and going to hostile territory and beating him in the rematch. And now stepping in the ring and saying, I want Lomachenko. There's no way you are undisputed champion and you're showing up at the Lomachenko fight like, let's get busy. Just that integrity, just that the way he's carrying himself as undisputed in 4-belt era. I got him as the greatest, not just the youngest. He's the greatest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era, right under Katie Taylor. I got Katie Taylor number 1. That's right. Men, Devin Haney. Both together, win just across all boxing, Katie Taylor. Because undisputed in 4-belt era, but also defended it like 8 times. One of them being that against Amanda Serrano. In the women's fight that changed the outlook of women's boxing forever. All right, and then Clarissa Shields followed that up. But I'm just saying, the first one to do it in the Garden and stuff like Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. I digress. What felt to be proven last night was Teofimo's victory over Lomachenko. Yeah, I do believe Lomachenko, he did have shoulder surgery, but a lot had to do with Teofimo Lopez and those physical advantages, Jermaine Ortiz having those physical advantages, him getting dropped by Linares. You heard Linares say after the fight in that same interview where he said he has Haney, he says Tank Davis will beat them all. Look, Lomachenko will struggle against Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, and Devin the Dream Haney because of their physical advantages on top of Tank Davis doesn't have the height thing, but he still fought at 140 though. And he knocked out Mario Bardio, something that Keith one time Thurman couldn't do. All right. He knocked out Rolly Romero stepping backwards. Okay. Not to say Rolly Romero was great. I'm just saying you saw the struggle that Rolly Romero was actually giving him. I like to see Lomachenko against an Isaac Cruz, against those boys. But I'm gonna round this off by saying this. When it comes to Vasily Lomachenko, I'm going to give Devin Haney the edge here because now I feel it's clear that when you're bigger, younger, faster, whatever, you just give him issues at 135. I think Lomachenko is a great fighter for staying there. Fighters like Roberto Duran, who stayed at middleweight and shit like that. You shouldn't be doing. But he found his limit. Like I said, anybody can make themselves undefeated. But Lomachenko found his ceiling, and that's where he's campaigning. That is integrity. That is great. That's greatness from Lomachenko. And it also kind of brings to light how great Manny Pacquiao was. The fact that he never looked, no matter how high he went up, he always looked like he could perform there. I'm looking forward to Devin the Dream Haney versus Lomachenko. I'm looking forward to see if Lomachenko can actually do something that great. It's not an age thing. It's nothing like that. I'm looking forward to see if Lomachenko can beat Devin Haney. That would be great. But it's hard for me to see. I'm giving an edge to Devin Haney, and maybe Devin Haney keeps his hands, but nah, he knows better. He knows better. Just IQ's too high. We'll talk about Jake Paul and Anderson Silva in another video, maybe tomorrow or something like that. My throat's getting sore. My kids, I don't want to wake up my kids. But thank you guys so much for showing up and showing out yesterday. But that's my take on Lomachenko. Fantastic victory. And I'm looking forward to seeing him versus Devin Dream Haney. I'm out.